guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel Vlog Talk, where we vlog and talk. And this is actually gonna be part 2 of 1. And I'm actually gonna talk about a few things. I wanted to touch on the story of Ruth and Boaz. And this story is mainly to encourage the singles out there who are desiring a mate. First of all, you have a mate. So just continue to give God praise, because we know, even though Thanksgiving is tomorrow, Thanksgiving is actually every day, and it's actually key to manifestation. So just continue to thank God for what you have, not just in the natural, but even in the supernatural. You cannot forget about the supernatural. And if we want to see it in the natural, the key to that is Thanksgiving. So I just wanted to kind of touch on Ruth and Boaz, how Boaz met Ruth. We know the story at her, or noticed her. He asked around about her, but let's just rewind a little bit. I know some people are thinking, oh my God, nobody's approaching me. I'm not even dating or anything like that. So he already went before you and created your spouse. So you already have your spouse. You had your spouse before you were even born. And I wanted to touch on what Miss Naturally Mary stated in one of her vlogs, when she stated that the main reason why a lot of guys are not approaching you, for the ones that are not being approached, is because that God is covering their eyes. God's covering their eyes from seeing you, because he doesn't want you to meet that individual, because that individual may not be right for you. Covering the eyes of the right one for you. So he's taking the lid or off their eyes, or pulling the curtain back on the person that he has for you, off his eyes or her eyes, and keeping the eyes of the ones that are no good for you covered. So just like Boaz, notice that he could have met all the women that had already been around him, but God kept his eyes covered. He of his eyes covered until Ruth hit the scene. Then he pulled back the curtains and revealed Ruth to him. So he saw Ruth and he didn't see the other women. Not to say he didn't see them as in he didn't, see them with his eyes, or just say, oh, I noticed you. But he didn't really notice or was attracted to none of those women. But when Ruth hit the scene, it was then that God just pulled back the curtain and just say, hey, this is your wife. So that could be a reason also why a lot of men and or women of God have not came in contact with their spouse in the natural yet. But count it all joy, because just like God bless Boaz, he has done the same for you. And just continue to give thanksgiving, which is the key to manifestation. And I also want to touch on the story of Jacob and Leah. Though he married both sisters, he really loved Leah, that he worked an additional 7 years just to have her. So what God got for you is truly for you. And for a man that's desiring his wife, he will go over and beyond just to have her. So don't think that you have to do this, or you have to not be yourself, to attract a certain guy, and vice versa, to attract a certain woman, guys. No, you just be yourself, even though you guys are the hunter. But for the women also, we are to just be women and just play our role and not the man's role. And so he really desired Leah, and he went ahead and did what he felt he had to do to have her. Oldest sister, that didn't matter that he was tricked into marrying the oldest sister. That wasn't enough to fulfill him. He had to have her. Not her sister. He had, he married his sister first, after his, their father tricked him into marrying the oldest sister. He went ahead and married her, but his heart still belonged to her. His heart was, longing for her, and he just wasn't going to stop to have her. And what I'm saying is that the person that God has for you is not going to stop. It's not going to stop until God pull back the curtain and allow him or her to see you. Him to see you, because it's he who findeth the wife. Okay, to allow him to see you. Okay, so I just want to encourage the singles out there to know that First of all, continue to carry yourself like a spouse because you are a spouse. And I'm speaking supernaturally. And in fact, God has already exceeded your expectations concerning your marriage. So if I were you, I would get excited. And I talked about in the part one of this vlog to stay positive. I did explain on how to stay positive, and remember, positive thoughts will manifest positive things. So get excited about your marriage. I'm excited about your marriage. I'm excited about my own marriage, and just know that the key to manifestation is thanksgiving. Not just thanking him for what you already have, but what you have also in the supernatural. So that's all I got for today. Just know that God knows when to pull back the curtains concerning your future spouse. He knows when to pull back the curtains and allow him to see you. And for the men out there, he will pull back the curtains and allow you to see your wife, for your wife to even see you and notice you as well once you have found her. I hope that makes sense, guys. I just wanted to encourage you all and know that all is well, and to just get excited about God pulling back the curtains. And matter of fact, let's declare it now, because we have the authority as a believer to decree a thing, and so shall it be. So I declare that God has pulled back the curtains concerning our spouses, and just to speak supernaturally, and said that they see us as well as we see them. And let's give God praise for what he's already done, which is what I had spoke. I believed that God has done his things, and I believe what I say shall come to pass. So I bless you, and we give God praise, guys, that God has pulled back the curtain concerning our spouses. Okay, so I want to hear some testimonies concerning this, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this channel. That's all I got for today. God has pulled back the curtains concerning your future spouse. It is now, therefore the future is now. Okay, so, and as well for me, I speak that over my life as well. God has pulled back the curtains concerning my spouse, and all is well. And if you believe that and receive that, say amen. All right, that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel, Vlog Talk, where we vlog and talk.